simple name and a complex rivalry. For one side, the Big Orange is just not a color they can sit with, and the other side, Crimson, has them seeing red. Easy to assume everyone here has a lighter in hand, and now we get to see who will use it. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Vols will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Inside handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch it. How do you mix up the...
There he goes. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll leave it with him. Slithers into space. There he goes! Running inside the 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. Strong, tough run, and he's brought down just inches away from the score.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game, you want to pay it off and just put some points up on the board.
Well, and see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field, almost 100 yards, even if I get stopped. I'm starting this game aggressive.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama!
you're the better team, you're playing at home, that's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Grabbed in the middle, it's Staley. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Direct snap. Oh, it's a fumble. He picks it up, still on his feet. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Toss to the left. Creates a little room. Turning it on. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
And the Volunteers with the 1st and 10. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for room, it's Bishop. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Tide crowd roaring noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Caught over the middle, it's Staley. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
I like getting these slant throws early and getting some completions because you're setting up the slant and go. Later in the game, the quarterback can pump the slant route and then hit him up the sideline for a big game.
The Vols will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge.
Touchdown, Tennessee! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? That the quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And he makes the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Give to the running back. Finding an escape route. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you could name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. To the air, it's Simpson. There's a heat. Finds his tight end. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
What a snag. How about that? And when he threw the football, you're like, no, 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 don't throw it. But the big fella says, it's my ball. I don't care if anybody's near me. He'll make the catch. That tight end just earned some money.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Young. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Dropping back, it's Simpson. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
What a big 3rd down stop for this defense. Man, they're in field goal range. What do? You push them out of range by getting pressure on the quarterback and, most importantly, getting that fast guy on the ground. He can make plays. He can get outside the pocket. Nice discipline, nice structure by this defense, and possibly taking points off the scoreboard.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Slings it downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Might be calling a hot route. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Got the big tight end on the corner route. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him. Huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far in South Bend. They're up by 11 over USC. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And now on second down for this offense. On the move, it's Bishop. A pickup of 5, marks it at the 36-yard line.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Breaks into the open. Huge play there into plus territory. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. He leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The sticks. It's Staley. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback making checks. He'll start this drive going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Alabama pushing the tempo. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Bernard. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No. That a return. So here is the Tennessee offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up.
There he goes! And tackled there by the defense.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on second in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up third and short.
The Volunteers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, Those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
To the air, it's Simpson. Looking deep down the right side. Got it! And he slipped through the ground, and he'll house it. Touchdown time! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and managing. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
They'll go with a direct snap. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
That is how it's done on third down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
This is a situation here in the third quarter. This offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And aggressive play calls, everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Hill. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
out of the gun to give to the back. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Snap it to the back. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And the pummeling has started. The tide is high and rolling as they try to send Rocky Top to rock bottom, and they've built a big lead.
And Alabama's simply been the more physical team in this game, and you're starting to see that exert itself here in the second half. They're pulling away, David. Tennessee's going to have to do something here, keep this thing close.
And the hard part for Tennessee is you got to stay positive. You got to believe you can win. This series hasn't always been in their favor, and they kind of know Bama's had their number of late, but they got to stay positive. They got to make something happen on this next drive.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize on getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
On the run, deep down the right side. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Staley. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the ball's moving quickly to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Let's it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
You don't see bat downs all the time. A lot of times guys break on the football, the defensive backs, and then trying to catch it and make a play. I like he knew where he was. He's in the end zone, not trying to give up points. Does a great job breaking on the football and swatting it to the ground.
Back to pass. It's Aguilar. Under fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Nestled just inside that right upright.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. This should be the last play of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Final play of the quarter coming.
6-9-1, Gators far. Terrier, let's go.
Dropping back, it's Simpson. Right down the middle. Got a man, it's Young. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play. It looks as if we are ready to go here in the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one. Kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together. Get one of those long drives going.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. The Tide with the 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking to throw, it's Simpson. Bringing the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
The kick is on its way. Now on the return. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. It's complete to the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And the Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And they'll knock him down. Quick tempo here for the offense.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They just keep firing. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the 4th quarter.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes a catch, 1st down, and maybe a lot more. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Scrambling away. On the run, fires downfield. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Trying to find his man in the middle. And it's his 4th interception of the game. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, you can't blame this offense for wanting to be aggressive. They're down by a lot on the scoreboard here, and that time going 4 verticals, trying to stretch the defense, see if someone can get open. But, David, the defense was expecting it, and they were able to come away with the INT.
Yeah, the only thought I have right now, Jesse, is I'm playing deep. I can't give up.
Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Brings it out to the 41, and the Tennessee offense will take over. 1st and 10.
So here is the Tennessee offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but it's a fumble on the play. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Man, what a break. Great job following the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, following the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
Going to swing it on second down. Quarterback moving. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Looking for a man. It's Simpson. Got the back over the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Young. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Direct snap. Hard running there. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. So they're closing in on a solid top 25 win for the resume, in addition to holding off any thoughts of an upset.
Well, they were very anxious and eager, too, to make a statement to the entire country just how dominant they were. They have so much confidence in themselves, but they wanted to prove it to everybody else. They wanted to prove it to their opponent here today. They dominated in all 3 phases.
And now they put the college football world on notice. That was a nice win. You get these top 25 wins, they're big for your resume, big for your confidence, and everybody else starts to look at you a little bit more seriously. Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle for a loss, putting the offense in a worse situation.
Quick catch on third down. Touchdown, Alabama! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks... Unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Staley.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down. Or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
Extending the play. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Touchdown ball!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He'll try to tack on one more. Smashes it through for the PAT. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Simpson. He'll loft one deep down the left side. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot every time he has looked his way. Good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
He's going to take off. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Alabama quickly back to the line. He might want another play. They're wanting to pile up some extra points. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. So Alabama once again takes the win in this smoking hot rivalry between the Vols and the Crimson Tide, and the party in Tuscaloosa will last well into the night. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.